Basic medical insurance. They are limited protection. They don't cover a lot. It was the insurance industry's first attempt to try to come up with some type of medical coverage for customers. So the first one was called a hospital expense policy, and that's exactly what it was. It covered your room and board while you were in the hospital, x-rays, lab fees, and maybe operating rooms. Always covered room and board, but the others, you might have to pay more for, or it just simply might not have covered it. Very limited. Notice it doesn't pay you any of your costs for your doctors and things like that. Just your room and board at the hospital with maybe a few little extras. The next type are medical expense. Therefore, non-surgical stays in the hospital. In-hospital physicians visits, so you're getting a little coverage there if the doctor comes to see you while you're in the hospital. It would cover sometimes maternity benefits, emergency accident coverage, mental disorder, hospice care, home health care, and outpatient care. Again, though, very limited, not covering a whole lot of things. You don't see drug coverages here. You don't see a lot of other coverages that we're used to seeing today. Another one of these types of limited coverages was called surgical expenses. This covered scheduled operations. And when they say scheduled, they mean it was literally on a schedule or a list from A to Z. Like you were going to have an appendectomy. You'd go up to the A's, find appendectomy, and then it would tell you exactly what they would pay for that procedure based on what is usual and customary or reasonable in the area in which you're having that procedure done. That's where that terminology came. All of these types of policies had no deductible, so it was first dollar of coverage, so nothing out of pocket. Major medical insurance. The coverages that major medical insurance provided were comprehensive coverage for hospital expenses, catastrophic medical expenses, and benefits for long-term injury or illness. This is really the first time that you saw long-term illness and injury taken into consideration on any type of health product. Some of the policy features on these major medical insurance policies, they had a blanket limit and also usually a lifetime limit per person, meaning if you had the policy and you had some catastrophic illness and say your limit was $1 million for your lifetime, you reach that $1 million limit, then your policy would be done because contractually they paid you out to that maximum per limit dollar amount. They also included for the first time something called deductibles and coinsurance. Never had those on any other type of medical coverage before, so that comes under the major medical. And they also had large benefit maximums. Again, it was to help cover some of those catastrophic illnesses or injuries or sickness that can happen.